Hello and welcome, Masha Light Eagle, and we are going to do a past live reading relationship spread number 2 for Alex. Okay. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this second relationship spread is all about relationship spread to family and friends. Use this spread for a healthy, happy relationship. This can be used for romantic relationship as well, but better suited for a long-term romantic relationship. So, question number 1. Let's find number 1. And we have where were we together? Where were you together? And this is Congo, Africa, 9 of Cups. Where were we together? I think that answered that. But let's look at 9 of Cups as well. If it will say the same in the book. Okay, so you receive Congo, established June 13, 1960. Cancer, water sign, cups. So Congo in Africa, that's interesting. It will be interesting to see if you're drawn to Africa then, because that's what it says. Let's look at the roots of this. Wish fulfillment. That's interesting. So, and I guess the next question, question number 2 is when were we together? And here you receive the Soldier and Knight of Swords. When were we together? Knight of Swords. And this is when, so it talks about the 19th century. So the 19th century. Okay, so let's go to question number 3 and 4, and it will ask here we are. 3 and 4. Who were we? Who were you? And here you receive Mexico, and you receive 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles, and you receive twin flames. 10 of Cups. Oh wow, that's so cool. Oh my goodness, that's cool, I have to say. So let's look at 10 of Pentacles and what it will say about 10 of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles, that's Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Happy. So, oops, I lost myself. Sorry, that happens sometimes. So, happy family. Okay, happy family. So you were happy family, your family members. And 10 of Cups talks about bound offers, secure emotional fulfillment. Bound offers, secure emotional fulfillment. But 10 of Cups for me means, you know, marriage, relationship, happy, joyful family as well. I think that you were either married, the feeling that I get is that you got married because of family choice and wealth a little bit, but also I think that there was romance in between. There was love or some sort of romance in between you and this person a bit. I feel some sort of a shyness when I try to tap into this. So this is very interesting. But I feel joy. I don't feel, you know, scared or anything like that. I feel joy, curiosity. Yeah, it's like joy, curiosity, sorry, I can't talk today. Well, I haven't slept, so for me it's beautiful. And this also tells me that when you got married, you got into a higher level. It's like let's say that person, now I'm going to play with the roles, but let's say that person had a high rank in the society, so you got to own that person's rank, so you got up in the society together with that person, is what I'm also getting, because there is wealth, there is money in this, and so on. So it's interesting, money and romance all together. So I think that as you receive that, and you receive the twin flame, you receive twin flame. I believe that you were lovers. I believe that you were, involved. I believe that you were in an important relationship with each other. There were a lot of feelings in between you and this partner. So yeah. Even if you were, married, put into that marriage through other family members, I think that there was happiness in there. So let's look at 5 and 6. And 5 and 6 is asking, why are we bounded? Why are you bounded together? And here you receive mother. So you had a family together, the Empress. The Empress stands for growth, children, and karmic lessons. And with karmic lessons, you have temperance. Wow, that's so powerful. This is so powerful, I have to say. This is very interesting. Let's look at and the Empress first. care for children together. Yeah, so you had a family together. And then I said temperance, right? Temperance. Create harmony in the home. Yeah, you did take care of children. You had children together, and you created harmony together. So I think that your relationship was quite nice. It was a very good relationship. A lot of, love, a lot of stability, a lot of understanding, I guess, for each other. It makes me joyful and happy to see that. Let's look at the Empress. No, that's the High Priestess. The Empress. Yeah, you were stepping into new cycles together, and you were bounded, but you also give each other time, which was important for you. Okay, now let's look at the Temperance. And then you try not to be judgmental towards each other, and you're bounded together with emotions. The one of you would think and the other one would know. So this is a very super strong relationship. Oh wow. So this is wow. Wow, that's the only thing I feel to say, because it feels so nice. Let's look at 7 and 8. And it asks, what happened to us? What happened to you? 7 and 8. And here you receive 17th century 7 of Pentacles. So let's look at 7 of Pentacles. What happened to you? One is waiting for so one of you did wait for the other to fulfill karma. So you helped each other to fulfill karma, to fulfill things that had to be fulfilled. And then the next card that goes along with that is Visible Woman, and that is Queen of Wands. And Queen of Wands, one creates art about the other. So one was creating some sort of art for the other. So let's say that one of you were good at painting or dancing. You would do that for the other. You would maybe be painting, or your partner, or it could have been other things. It could be music, making music. It could have been so many things, but yeah. But I also feel stability. I feel fiery feelings as well, being observant. So you were observant, you were taking care of each other, you were observant, and what was this? 7 of Pentacles. And you were trying to maybe even create some sort of work and business together that would, provide for the family that I guess you were building, which is quite interesting. Okay, so let's look at 9, and what is the nature of your bound? And then you have Sun, so family, Page of Wands. So you were family connected, Page of Wands. Oops, don't you fall on me. This stand is so bad that I have. Page of Wands. One will deliver a spiritual message to the other. So you were spiritually connected to each other, and you were family, you were bounded. You could have been, I was about to say you could have been a son or so on, but somehow I don't feel that. I feel that you were in a marriage and you had children together. So I think that the answer to that is family. Let's look at question number 10. What is our contract? What is your contract? And here you have chronic illness. Oh, wow. And that is Four of Swords, chronic illness. And the contract together with you, Four of Swords. The root here is rest, recovery, and grief. So your contract is to help each other to rest, to take care of each other, to help each other with some grief, and to recover from difficult situations. Yeah. Let's look at Four of what did I say? I'm sorry, but I haven't slept. So Four of what have I written? Four of Swords. Let's look at Four of Swords. 2, 4 of Swords. And Four of Swords is together with the Fool, 13 and 13. So stability was important for you, okay? Stability was important for you, but also to see to your needs, to each other's needs, and to go to through transformation. So that's a very interesting, so this is a little bit more of your contract. And then the last question in this is number 11. And the question is, what do we hope to achieve together? What do you hope to achieve together? So here you have one Africa. So you have to have been in Africa. And here you receive the Magician. That's so interesting. Let's look at the root of the Magician. Let's look at the contract of the Magician. Resourcefulness, manipulation, manifestation is the contract. Okay, so I guess you were manipulating each other. Let's look in here, and it says practice magic together. So you, as you were, telepathic, as you could read each other's thoughts, and you a lot of times what the other one would think or say and so on, or how the other one would feel, you were expanding that either by knowing that that you did, or you did it anyways without knowing. So that's so interesting. This is so interesting, I have to say. And let's see, let's put some cards on this relationship. And you know, they are going to be, you know, look at the threads, look at what I have said, and see if you can put this in together with your relationship today, for an example, because there are going to be things that you might recognize, and those things that you don't recognize are going to be the things, you know, that had to do with the past. And it's okay, you know, you don't have to recognize everything. It's normal, but it's interesting. And what I want you to do, which I have forgotten to say, is that I would like you to rate this session from between 1 and 10, and let me know what you feel about each and every session, and if it makes any sense for you in today's life as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, a long explanation or anything like that. You can explain in Messenger more if you want to. You're welcome to it. Let's put some cards on this relationship and see. So the communication between you were important, and you know, to hold on to each other, to hold on. And maybe one of you were younger and one of you were elder, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was so. But see, confirmation was needed when it comes to you know, love and being successful. And you're receiving, I did shuffle these cards, I promise, and you're receiving same cards as before. This is so sick. I mean, the cards never lie. So and then you have the Tower there, which means that your life in this relationship could have been upside down from time to time, and you were thinking about how to manage when it comes to family and children, how things would be if you would be left, if that person, you know, who you loved left you, and so on. So there is a lot of wanting for you to receive confirmation that you're loved, and things are have been around you in you know, in frustrations in this relationship sometimes as well. And I believe that there were someone else trying to meddle in your life. So you had to have been sharp then. But I think that one of you also created some sort of it's like putting their nose where it shouldn't be, and that could have been sometimes, you know, committed in arguments in between families or family members. But I think that it worked out still, because the bonds between you and this person were very, very strong, and there is a lot of care in here for each other. So let me move this at a side. So you cared. The communication was important in between the both of you. You cared for each other, but there were arguments sometimes, and your partner needed, you know, was trying. It's like this person is trying to make you understand things, which is important. Maybe you had difficulties with the understanding of something, I don't know. And things happen in between the both of you in a very fast way. And you might have been apart from each other. But I think that by having children together. And by having such a strong bond, I think that you went back into each other's lives and relationships, into the relationship back. And I think that you accomplished, as you received temperance, I think that you accomplished balance together with each other to make this relationship work. So so what I do believe is that your partner was showing you love, was showing you, you know, what love means and is, was giving you, you know, making sure that you would know that you were loved. And I think that your partner might have been older than you. It can be the case. And you might have been controlling sometimes a little bit, and your partner, even if that person could be emotional and tending and loving, that person sometimes could get into his own thoughts and feelings within. So that was difficult, as you were so different from each other. It's like one is fire and the other one is air. So there were, sorry, not fire. I mean, one is air and the other one is water. So that could have been a little bit difficult sometimes to work out, but you know, it would work. I think that you were, I think that your fears was that you're going to be left, and not, you know, being taken care of. And as your status was important in that relationship, as you know, married into a bigger status than rank than what you yourself was important for you to hold on to that. And it wouldn't surprise me if other family members would push you forward into things when it comes to you know, this person. But I think that you even if a lot of people were happy and joyful, I think that there were people that were envy of you. You know, they envied you because of, you know, the love that you received from that partner and confirmation that you are loved, and so on. And your partner was sharp in his decisions. He knew what he wanted. He wanted balance, which was important for him. He wanted to see to his children as well. And family was everything for him. So when his family got hurt, everything got hurt. So he was very, he did take everything personally. So he was a little bit, your partner was more stable than what you were, I have to say. So, but maybe it is because, you know, of you being a woman and he being a man and having a higher rank. Sometimes that can be a little bit difficult then to find yourself in that position. So so it's interesting. And let's look a little bit more on what on you. So you were a person that needed a lot of love. You were emotional. You went through difficulties. You had nightmares. It wouldn't surprise me if you have been through some situations that have been difficult, and money were important for you to have that stability to accomplish things and to being successful, okay, was important for you. But also tradition, religion, and things like that too. And you were trying to hold on to all that. And sometimes you were sad because of how things were, because you would like to have changed things at that time, but you didn't. You did hold on to sort of what was. So, there is a lot of fears in all this. And there were people that tried to put you in some sort of gossip. So you were trying to control yourself. But I think that you got into situations like that. But I think that your partner helped you through to establish, more security, more positivity in between. And your partner was reminding, you to have faith, to not, be sad, because you held on to tears and you had nightmares because of complications in between people and arguments. And what was important was for you to, remind yourself that you are strong and to be grounded and shielded, and so on. So, you had a very nice partner. I think that you put yourself in jam somehow. I don't know if it's because of other people or if it's because of yourself, not sure. Now, let's look at the darker sides a little bit. So let's look at the darker side of this little bit. Oh, I forgot that I don't have to bend the cards or put some force into it because they are shuffling very well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow, I wish that the cards would have had rounded corners because they are so sharp, I have to say. So let's see. So let's see at this. So this will be interesting. So as you see, you had trouble sometimes with your thoughts and with you were afraid to lose the control, and it's like you wanted to get out of situations which maybe could have been difficult sometimes for you, and that could have sometimes put you through difficulties. The next thing that you're receiving, and upside down as well, and that is the Hangman. And that for me talks about that you were in a rush, you were irrational, you didn't think things through, you wanted things to happen in a very fast, super way, and to wait was a no-no. And then you receive the High Priestess, which talks about that no, it's not, sorry. the communication between you and this person was important, and it's like you were trying to establish things. You're trying to sort of see things, and you felt like you were blinded sometimes. You're blinded sometimes. It's like you want to come out of things, but you're not sure what the path is. So, you know, that's where your partner stepped in and helped you. And you liked when life did change. You liked the changes in life, but you were scared. See, you were scared of a broken heart. That scared the hell out of you. And when you it's like you didn't want to let go. So it must have been a time in your past life where you found yourself, you know, I don't know if you got split up, or it's like divorced for some time, or not being together for some time or something. And that was difficult for you. And you, as you were emotional, you didn't want to let go. You were holding on to that. And you were holding on to grief. And I think that at the same time when this happened, I think that your family, one of family members, maybe was talking to you about their health and that they were not feeling okay. I don't know, somehow I'm getting, you know, bad health. I'm getting, you know, difficulties around family members, and you were trying to help out in all the way that you could. You were trying to help out. And to do that was so important for you, to see the joy within your family and to make things work in a good way for you. And then you were trying to be observant. You're trying to let go of heaviness, which you worked out because you knew how to plan things. But you had difficulties when you did fall. You did fall completely. So that was sometimes difficult upon your shoulders. And it was difficult for your partner to handle. So let's see how he did handle the situation. How did your partner handle? What happened in between you and that person? So did take some cards for him now. And so let's see. So he tried to be in focus, in balance, balancing the economical situation, balancing the situation. He felt like he was locked in that situation because there were emotions, there were feelings in between you and that person. And he wanted, it's like he gave in and wanted to give this another try, even if it was difficult. He wanted to conquer the situation. So the fight between you and him sometimes could have been big, but he was waiting. He was bidding time. He was waiting, for things to resolve. And it's like he was waiting to see how things would resolve itself, because he didn't want to be tempted. He didn't want to be tempted. He wanted to be as he was tempted maybe sometimes and so on. There were, a lot of passion. He was in need of sex, of love, and so on. So he was tempted sometimes into things, but he was trying to give this time to see how the situation would be and would be resolved in between. And sometimes you found, I think that you did find passion in between each other. So there were a lot of passion in between you and your partner. So yeah, this is interesting. So this is a little bit about the relationship that I'm seeing. So yeah, so this is relationship spread number 2 for Alex. So don't forget to comment, to rank this from 1 to 10, where 1 is, not understandable and 10 is completely understandable, and so on. So don't forget to do that. Blessings.